We are suddenly ducks.
Today we're going to be playing Age of Heroes, which is a Game of Thrones style D&D based on 5th edition. And we're going to be playing with a few people you already know from we've played with before, and we've got a different GM today. So to start off, it's me. I'm Phil, and we're playing Man and Pike.
I'm Bermuda. I'm going to be playing Cecilia the Monk.
We've got Harriel.
Hello, I'll be
Who
playing
you-
Phoebus,
Are you
the elf
Phoebus?
fighter.
We have Wing.
I play the half-playing rogue, Stabby.
And Chris.
Hello, I play Beric, the druid.
Druid Tank.
Well, kinda, I guess.
And we have another player, but he's not going to be joining us for a bit. And then we have Aaron, our wonderful GM. Over to you, Aaron.
And I'll be the one trying to kill them.
Yeah.
So this will be D&D 5th edition with a lot of house rules because we're trying to make it fit into the Game of Thrones setting. And not just any Game of Thrones setting, it takes place during the Age of Heroes. So for those who are not complete nerds, the Age of Heroes basically took place around 10,000 years before the Andals, or before Aegon landed on Westeros. It's basically a time of much magic in the realms.
Nice. And that allows us to have mages and stuff, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm just having a problem with my notes here. My stupid
Nice.
push to talk is set to 5, so every time I push to talk, I get 5s across my screen. But yeah, basically the Age of Heroes takes place when the... God damn it, 1 second.
I have that same problem, Aaron. Don't worry about it.
The Curse of the Fives.
So how many dragons are there? 555.
Yeah, it's just 5s across the screen. Yeah, so basically the Age of Heroes takes place before the Andals, which is most of the people that you see on the show, had spread the faith of the Seven, the faith that most of the Southerners follow. It's before Nymeria was able to unite Dorne to the south, so most of Westeros at this point is a bunch of little tiny kingdoms rather than the 7 kingdoms that we know from the show. Dorne has like 6 kings at this point. The Stormlands are run by a whole bunch of different Storm Kings that rule their own little fiefdoms. And basically, the land has been torn apart by a war that's been taking place between the First Men, which are the now native humans on Westeros, and who they refer to as the Children of the Forest. The Children of the Forest are basically made up of all of the different short races, if you will, in D&D 5e. And they're basically different tribes. So you have like the gnomes, the wood elves, etc., etc. Our hero's journey begins in the small town of Storm's End, a coastal city to the southeast that has stood for thousands of years. It's in a region known most commonly as the Stormlands. A lord of minor repute has sought out protection for a caravan of trade goods he wishes to see make their way safely to a small trading post to the east. His bulletin made clear that those interested and capable should show up on the morrow's first light at the Drunken Mermaid, a local tavern inn. The Stormlands, like most of Westeros, have been laid to waste by the war between the children and man. Where the First Men stripped and burned the once forested land to a barren state, the children's magic twisted it into something even worse. Creatures of unnatural origins can be found ravaging those that would wander too far from the safety of its towns, and are even sometimes found to attack these towns themselves. The largest of such places, such as Storm's End, have little to fear from these attacks, but the frontiers are not so fortunate. Storm's End itself is really just a castle, but it's a massive one at that. One of the most formidable structures in all of Westeros. Its construction was rumored to have taken place with the help of the Children of the Forest, and it is believed to be sort of sealed with their magic, or warded, if you will. It is home to the Storm King, the ancestral title of the leader of House. The leader of House Durandon. Outside the castle, there are collections of buildings that make up the town that most people think of when they imagine Storm's End. The bannermen of House Durandon have keeps surrounding this town, which keep a watchful eye on the precious farmlands in the area. We start off in the Drunken Mermaid. Bermuda, I'm still missing a token from you.
Yeah, I don't have an image. I'm sorry.
And Phoebus, you need to upload your token or drag it onto the map because I can't.
Boosh.
I mean, Aaron, have you got any other resources in Roll20 for tokens, like an image, just as a placeholder?
I can give you one.
What's your race?
Human monk.
Yeah, human monk, female.
I have something for you. Give me a minute.
Unzips trousers.
Bend over.
Yeah, I don't want to look you in the face when you're drilling me.
Yeah. Trust me, it's going to be more comfortable for both of us if you just do as I say.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm not sure that went to a place
it just went too weird.
I went dark. Come on.
Yep.
Yes.
Then I lock you in the cellar.
Ladies, he's single.
I mean, Harry's penis is apparently a female monk. So that's a new thing. I mean, I didn't know that.
You know why they call it the monk? Because it always wears a hood. I don't know.
Because it's bald.
It's got a bald head.
Yeah.
And also it's celibate. Oh!
Never sees or speaks to women.
So should we put ourselves where we are in the bar, or?
Yeah, you can. And as you enter the Drunken Mermaid, the cold morning air is left behind you, as the tavern has two hearths that are keeping it quite warm. You can hear a bard in the back playing music quite pleasantly. There are barmaids serving food, and a number of patrons either drinking their ale in peace or feasting on the house stew. In the center of the tavern is a table of men-at-arms, all bearing the sigil of House Durandon. The black stag on a yellow standard is a common sight in Storm's End, as is the phrase, "Ours is the Fury," which is written on practically every shield here. From where the music is coming, you can see another table of guards. These bear a different sigil, however. Gold enamel with two black lightning bolts. Across the bottom is written, "We are the Storm," the same sigil that marked the bulletin looking for adventures, the sigil of House Garrow. The men are all wearing bronze chainmail with bronze longswords and light crossbows. The men occasionally join in with the man singing in the corner of their side of the tavern. Between the singer and the guards are two men who could not be more different. One stands at least 7 feet tall, clad in full plate, enameled gold with two black lightning bolts across the breastplate, carrying a massive steel sword at his side. The other is quite feeble-looking, with an odd expression of disapproval on his face. He is adorned in silks of the finest quality, bright and colorful. He appears to be talking to the man singing in the corner, who seems to be trying to ignore him. And this is the music you hear playing.
Nice.
Yeah, so that is the Drunken Mermaid. You guys have just entered. It's early in the morning. What do you want to do?
I'll buy a drink.
So yeah, the bartender is an older man, heavy set, looks at you and says, "What can I get you?"
Ale.
2 silver.
Alright. I put them to the silver.
And he sort of cracks a grin as he takes the 2 silver and gives you a
I
house
put in
ale.
3, actually.
He smiles widely. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Just keep them coming.
Phoebus,
Yes.
how about going over here and let's eavesdrops, if we can? I'm quite bored right now, and this seems to be interesting.
That would be rude, don't you think, Tinnen?
True.
We wouldn't want your face on a bounty board, would you?
God damn it. This is fine. Don't start with that again.
I'll look around, see if there's like the guy that posted up the job is around. Do we know his name?
Yeah, Lord Garo, which you guys don't know what he looks like, but it was the same sigil as all the guys in the corner are wearing, so.
Okay. How
So-
about this, Tinnen? Buy us a drink, then we'll go talk to those humans.
Why do you have me do it? I'm tiny. You're bigger than me. See these small hands? They can't do much. They can't carry that.
Oh, please, I've seen you stab people.
Fine, fine. Just head over there already. I can walk my small feet. Was it 2 silver each, Aaron? If I go to the bartender?
What can I get you?
2 ale, please.
And he sort of looks you over. What are you wearing?
Leather armor?
That'll be 4 silver, please.
Yes, thank you.
Very well, who you are?
Yeah, and then nonchalantly go over here. Well, fuck.
Oh, you're already making your way. Okay.
Yep,
Make
so
sure
as you
it's all
step
there.
to that side of the room, this guy sort of steps forward to greet you.
Greeting.
Morning.
State your purpose.
Don't you see? We are drinking.
We're here about the job.
And that.
You're responding to the master's bulletin.
Yes.
Very well. Keep your sidearms sheathed, or I'll take your head. A motions for you to have a seat at the table, sort of eyeing you very closely, one hand on his massive steel sword.
So dramatic. God
And at this point, the bard has stopped playing and singing. He's now eyeing you guys carefully, and I'll give you access to his sheet. or at least let you see it. So before you stands a broad-shouldered, tall yet slender human man. A well-trimmed beard covers the sharp features of his face. You're met by a warm grin as he sings along to a tune he plays on a lute. The lute itself is magnificent, carved from some sort of exotic wood that you can't quite place, and adorned with intricate designs made from silver and gold. Over a fine silk shirt sits a set of pristine studded leather armor. The workmanship is clearly mastercraft, the metalwork a fine silver color. On his side sits a black leather sheath holding a rapier with an ornate silver handle. Well, I hope there'd be more than two of you, he says as you
I hope
go
so
to sit
too.
down.
But then again, we are it. Maybe. Now how about wait?
So, as Tinan like goes to like when they go over to the table, I tell the bartender like make sure all the money's there. Don't trust those guys.
Who are you talking about?
The small folk.
Oh, the children.
Yes.
They're harmless.
Well, you never know. So I'm here for work. Where I heard there was a gathering here.
Looks like your friends. And he nods his head towards the children that you were just talking about. Seem to be getting themselves in some sort of work situation.
Oh, great. Well, thank you. And I flip him like a copper. And I
He
walk over.
gives you like a wink as you leave. State your business.
I'm here for the job.
Very well. Keep your weapons sheathed or I'll take your head home with me.
Okay.
And makes room for you to sit down.
Yeah, sit down.
All of this time I've
Well, good
been
morning.
warming myself by the fire, because every man knows who's been on a boat the joy of standing next to a warm fire, not being in downpouring rain, looking around thinking who might need guidance in these times.
Yeah, the hearth is roaring with a fire. It's nice and warm next to it. After you sit there for a while, eventually a barmaid comes up to you and says, "Can I help you, sir? Anything I can get you?"
I'll have some water. And when I say water, I mean mead.
She giggles.
Wow.
And what are you wearing?
I believe I'm wearing something very expensive. I'm wearing plate mail. A scale mail.
Yeah, she says, that would be 2 silver.
You pass her the silver.
And just as an FYI for everyone, a copper is basically $1. So you guys are being charged like $20 a drink.
Outrageous, I know.
Just don't make a scandal and roll with it.
Manon, go ahead and give me a perception check.
So
you think you can tell?
where do I do these things?
Go from in your sheet, go to the left. There should be skill and then all of the name of it, and you can click on perception and they would just roll with whatever stat or bonus you have.
So while you're enjoying the warm hearth, you can hear at the table just behind you, the soldiers are basically they obviously just got back from like a really long patrol on the road between where you guys are now, Storm's End, and a small town to the north, Bronze Gate. They're basically talking about some, I guess bandits would be the right word, but they're sort of arguing about what the bandits were. And this person right here, who's got the bow and clad in studded rather than chain, is basically arguing with the other men that it was some sort of unnatural creature based on the tracks that he followed into the foothills of the Dornish Mountains. So take that for what you will. Bermuda, or Cecilia, as you approach the bar, the bartender looks down at you and says, "How can I help you?"
I'm here to see Lord Garo.
In the corner.
Thank you very much.
He nods over to the corner where everyone is.
Is that wench bringing me my mead?
Yeah, she eventually returns with your honey wine.
Water.
Yeah. One water, sir.
Thank you.
Over. On water.
As you approach Bermuda, a massive man comes up to you and says, "State your business."
I was answering a job posting.
He sort of looks you over. I'm guessing you're just clad in robes.
Yeah, just robes or plain sackcloth kind of thing.
He sort of half smiles and shakes his head a little bit and says, "Very well. Have a seat."
I say to the barmaid, anyone you think needs advice, any people might need some help in the ways of the faith.
I suppose we all need a little help every once in a while. And then she gets back to her barmaid duties.
Can I roll perception to just hear that? Or how easy to hear that?
From where you are, yeah, you can try.
Yeah, okay.
I think I was probably saying it more booming than I actually did.
Yeah, you hear him say that.
Over here, mister.
You hear a squeaky voice from across the tavern. Over here, mister.
Yeah, see?
God damn it. Oh,
I
fine.
walk over then. Hello.
Greetings.
Morning.
What's your business?
Obviously, he's going to take this job too.
Pipe down, squeaky.
You have need of help. I am here to show the true way.
Very well. Keep your weapons sheathed.
I will sheathe my hammer.
Oh, you have a hammer? Says, leave the weapons by your side. Have a seat.
Okay. Thank you.
True way of what, sir? You said true way, so I'm a little bit curious.
If you cannot tell from my garb, I am a cleric of the Drowned God.
Oh dear. Okay.
So the guy in very fancy robe sort of turns to you and says, "Oh, an Iron Islander."
Do
and
not find me displeasing.
I'll show you guys what he looks like.
Sneaky
Dear
as
God.
fuck.
He looks like a dick.
Probably is.
Was this the guy from Beauty and the Beast?
Very well could be. I think I googled for snooty lord.
Is this guy forced to eat his own children forever?
Yeah, so after you guys basically fill up the table, Lord Garrow looks around and says, well, it looks like we have a full table now. I suppose we should get down to business. Puts away his loot. I have a caravan of supplies that need to make their way to Bronzegate. And the other man pipes up and says, and beyond. Yes, John, please. It should be fairly simple. I'd pay you each 30 gold pieces to make sure that the goods get to Bronzegate. A specific trader there that I've done business with, he has a shop. I can pay you 10 gold up front, and he'll give you another 15 gold when you arrive. My good friend here, John Hill, needs some additional supplies to make their way to the Fellwood. And the snooty man in silks pipes up and says, and I'm willing to pay a bit more coin for it. I'll give you each 100 gold if my supplies can get there in, well, unmolested shape.
I am not a molester, sir.
Yes, I can
Great.
tell.
Huh.
Okay, let me get this
Alright.
straight. It's 30 to get to Bronzegate, 10 up front, and the rest on arrival, right?
Yes, the shop owner will pay you when you arrive with the goods, and Mr. Hill will pay you when you get to Fellwood. And then John Hill pipes up and says, yes, I'll be writing ahead of time. I should be there a day before you at least.
Couple question. For example, are we just us? I'm pointing us. Is there going to be anyone else coming?
Just two of my horses.
Oh, yes. Yes, and that seems to be a lot of goals. I'm like, I'm not sure if it's totally not dangerous at all.
Well, the roads between towns are always very dangerous. That's why it pays gold and not silver.
True.
That's like 600 cups of ale. I'm in.
Finish.
I nod towards Barrick and say, someone has their priorities set, it seems. I hope you don't drink on the job, though.
None of your business.
Kind of is our business.
I'll do my job.
We will see.
Very well.
So, do we have a deal?
You can shake on it.
If
Yes,
people
you
are
do,
in need
Lord
of my
Yell.
help.
Very well. You'll find the trade caravan at the gates to the town, the northern gate.
Is that all, or should we start kind of immediately? Because I want them goals.
Well, my large friend over there will pay you each the gold, and as soon as they're done loading the caravan, you can make your way.
Great. Well, do it
What are we
next time.
transporting?
Well, going to Bronzegate is just a bunch of random supplies. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Inside check.
Yeah, I mean, so this guy's pretty hard to read, but from what you can tell, he's being honest with you.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be hiding anything when he says that. And then his associate, Mr. Hill, says, my goods are not so simple. There'll be a number of special materials. They'll be in small barrels. You must not open the barrels, and they must make their way there unharmed.
I like the sound of barrels.
They're not for drinking.
Oh.
These are delicate goods. Yes. I use them in my work, and I need everything that I'm sending.
Well, we'll certainly try to do our best, Mr. Hill.
So what's in the barrels?
Oh, come on. Did you need to know?
It's much too complicated
If
for
you
someone
want it
of your
whole.
stature, I'm sure.
I think he's just asking, what if we jostle them a little? Are they liable
Precisely.
to detonate?
It's all perfectly safe, I assure you.
Nothing magical?
I mean, if it's magical, it's probably gonna worth more to pay us. But,
As I said, they're merely liquids I need for my experiments.
A man has the right to his privacy.
yeah, and he's paying us after all. So why should we care if we take the job?
How many barrels?
3 barrels and a small satchel of powder.
Excellent. Your lube will be delivered fastly.
Lube and cocaine.
Charming.
God damn it.
All right then. Shall we drink to it? I raise my cup.
Cecilia
raise
just
mine.
turns her palms up because she doesn't drink.
I raise my jug of water.
I just drink.
I sip.
I empty my cup.
I of course say, what is dead can never die.
Aaron, how many
The
days would
snooty
it...
guy leaves.
Okay. How many days would it take for us to from here to the location? And I don't remember what it was anymore.
Bronze Gate.
Each hex is about a day's travel.
So 5 days?
Yep.
6?
About 5.
About 5 days.
In that case, I'm gonna buy more rations then.
I'm good on rations, but I'll buy more just in case.
So yeah, Lord Garrow has a drink with you guys. He for a lord, you actually find him rather pleasant. Most lords are complete douchebags.
Yeah, he sounds like a cool guy. Does he go back to playing the lute?
Not right now. And he gestures towards the big man who pulls out a bunch of satchels, small bags. My associate has your gold. When you're ready to be on your way.
I lean over to him and say, you said 10 to start or 15?
10.
And 15 when we arrive?
He sort of shakes his head a little bit. Another 20 when you arrive. Speaking
Excellent.
a little bit more slowly for you.
Well, Cecilia turns to Manon and said, "Your ears didn't deceive you. I also heard 15.
It's fine.
It's all cleared up now.
As long as we're clear.
It was the voice in the sky that made a little mistake.
Just go with it, Aaron."
I just, numbers tell a truth that man's lips barely touch.
Sure. So we might get all the nice chat and all that out immediately right now. What is your name?
I'm Man in Pike.
Ah, great. So I'm Tenant Greenbottle, and this lovely lady is, and I just throw out is until Ariel introduces herself.
I don't.
Oh, mute.
You can call me the
No,
crossbow.
her name is Phoebus. She is being difficult.
Hello, children.
Call me children again, and I'll put a bolt through your head.
Hello, male child and female thing.
This is all very
Your words.
sensible, but on your way. And he starts forcing like a little bag of gold into each one of your hands and sort of ushering
it's
you
not
guys
just-
out of this area.
Cecilia bows when she receives her sack of gold.
Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Lord Garrow and bodyguard.
Yep, he gives you guys a nod, and as you start leaving the area, he goes back to playing his lute.
So, are we leaving now, or are we leaving on the morrow?
I presume somewhat immediately, as soon as they take care of the carriage or whatever.
I would suggest everyone stock up on supplies, rations.
That would be smart.
We wouldn't want anyone to go hungry, would we?
So how many rations does the Explorer's Pack contain again?
10.
Alright.
The priest pack
Theoretically,
was 2.
what?
Was the priest pack 2 days? Of food.
Yep. Please back 2 days.
And we need to be gone for 6.
In total, if we don't delay, it's going to be a 7-day trip from here to Bronzegate, then to Felwood.
Well, then I require some more food. I will pick some up at the bar.
Yeah, I just like say I'm Beric, by the way. I'll see you at the gates and walk out.
How can I help you?
Hello, I require a week's worth of food in some form of pouch.
A week's worth of food? Well, we got a lot of stew, but I don't think that's what you're looking for. You probably want one of the general stores.
Okay, I'll go buy a general store.
The whole store.
Could you point me to one at some point?
Well, I mean, you can find them on your own.
Okay, I
The
will find
town's
one on
full
my
of
own.
it.
Good day. This water was delicious. It's good to wet the tongue with something that isn't full of salt.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Give this place a good review on Yelp.
Yeah, I approach the bar.
How can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for some information, sir. Would you happen to know anyone that would make treks from here to Bronzegate that would know this area a bit more clearly?
So he nods at the people on the central table and says, well, they just got back from a patrol. I suppose they would know.
Very well, thank you. And I flip him 2 copper.
He nods at you, puts it in his pocket. How about you, little friend? What can I get you?
Nothing for now. I will come and ask later. Thank you.
Very well. He goes back to his work.
So what are you planning?
Information, dear Tinnen. Information.
Well, do you think we should sweeten the deal by bringing them ale? Or should you just go with your female charm?
No. Simply hard coin should suffice.
Sure.
And yeah, I walk over to the table.
So you get a number of sort of like crossed looks as you approach.
Good morning, gentlemen. I am looking for some information, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so you sort of interrupt like almost like an argument that they were having, and the nearest guard turns to you and says, "What kind of information?"
Well, information about the situation of the road between here and Bronzegate. Fellwood, too, if you happen to go by those parts.
Roll me a
Persuasion.
This would be persuasion check.
Can I help?
15.
No, because you're too late.
Yeah.
15 is decent.
Well, the roads are always pretty dangerous.
Well,
Bandits and the like.
that would be obvious, but anything out of the ordinary lately, as I start pulling out 2 gold coins.
Yeah, so when you start to pull out the coins, you notice that the person sitting in between the 2 chainmail-clad gentlemen turns to you and says, "There's some sort of natural creatures. They've been attacking travelers on the way to Bronzegate. We tracked some of them into the foothills of the Dornish Marches, but the conditions weren't proper, and I couldn't track them all the way. We lost the lead, but there was something wrong about them. Their tracks were not human, I'm telling you." And he sort of turns back to this guy and starts arguing again.
Could you describe the tracks? Have you seen the thing that left those tracks?
So he's still arguing with this other guy, but this guard here, who you first approached, like turns to you and says, "What he describes doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't have to if it's magic. Those things are weird.
Something unnatural. He said it almost looked like a dog or a cat, but it was too big and not walking on 4 legs. I don't know what to believe."
El Chupacabra.
It's obviously an owl bear.
Do you mean it work on 2 legs then?
If it's a lycanthrope, you're fucked. I see. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much for the information. And I click the 2 gold coins on the table and say, "Happy drinking."
So yeah, before anyone else can even react, the guy with the bow, without even looking, just reaches out and snatches both of them.
The guy with the bow, is he a human? They're all humans?
Yeah, they're all humans.
Okay. Well, Tinnen? Supplies,
Yeah.
I guess. Do you have need of anything?
Of course I have. I'm not a tiny man. I need a lot. Let's go to the whatever store we have to find.
General store.
Sure.
Yes, let's. And we walk off to the general store.
Yeah, so you guys leave the Drunken Mermaid, and it's not long before you find a store that is able to sell you basically everything, aside from like high-end weapons or armor in the player's handbook.
We can afford it. I bought some rations, that's it.
Yeah, I too bought 7 days of rations. How much are they going to cost me, or do I not need to?
5 silver piece per ration.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy five more days of rations.
So yeah, Harry, can you call them for me?
What do I look like to you, Tinin? A pack mule?
No, a nice person that help friends.
All right, so you guys have all the goods that you needed to buy. What are you doing next?
Head, was it the gate that they have the carriage?
Yeah, I went straight there.
Yeah.
Yep, so those of you that get straight there, you see, you basically arrive in time to see the snooty guy like leaving on his horse. The caravan, which is basically like two horses and a large cart, is being loaded up with supplies by men with the gold and black lightning bolt sigil.
So this is in the morning, right?
Yeah, so they spend like a number of hours actually like loading the cart up. So it's probably like late morning by the time they're done.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
by that time everyone's already there.
Yeah, by that time everybody has their stuff and you guys have met at the North Gate.
Yeah, I'm just standing there, like leaning against the cart while they load it, like making small talks. You know what's in this, stuff like that.
Yeah, so you can pretty much tell that there's just like, random like goods, like
Okay.
silk rope and there's like some mining material supplies like pickads and just, or picks and
Yeah.
just all kinds of stuff.
All right.
Where are the drugs located?
Wow.
And so yeah, you can see there's actually like right in the back of the cart you can see the 3 barrels that have been like set aside with a small satchel on top of them.
Yeah.
So we have a cart and 2 horses, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Is there like a driver there, or
Nope.
oh, we're doing
driving
it ourselves? Yeah. I thought we were just like escorts or whatever, but yeah, okay.
We are the escorts and the transport.
Does anyone know how to drive a cart?
I have the skills of handling animals to a
me
level
too.
It's vehicle.
free.
Vehicle.
God. I
What?
think there's
Grab vehicle.
Yeah, the grab vehicle.
God,
I
Is it
only
a
have
grab tank?
suborbital.
Yeah.
sailor and pirate and all that have vehicle water. Some people like what was it? Soldier have like vehicle land.
I don't think we'll be getting
what they
into
use, right?
Will
high-speed
animal
chases.
handling do? Aaron?
Yeah, animal handling is fine to
All
get
right,
the
so-
animals to do it.
Okay. Thank God.
I'm already sitting on it then.
Yeah, in fact, make an animal handling check.
Nice.
Fuck me.
Wow.
Wow.
Your horse
So-
jams.
Yeah. How do I reload
A
my
horse
horse?
dies.
No, like the car just like runs away with me on it.
And so basically, you like go right up to the horse, and without like sort of doing anything to let it get like used to your smell, you just immediately like come up into its face and try to touch it.
Hmm. Does it headbutt me or something?
It's not a goat.
I don't know. Just
He's that
kick
good
me.
at animal handling. He knows. He knows.
I mean, okay. Okay.
It attempts to bite you,
Oh shit.
hitting AC 9.
Yeah, well, I have AC 19.
Yeah, so this like angry horse, you like go up to get it and like snaps at your hand, and you're able to just like retract your fingers really quickly.
All right. I still sit on top of the like driving.
Does anyone else have animal handling
I have animal
Phil.
handling up to the level of 3.
as a skill, like proficient?
It is not ticked.
It doesn't need to be
yeah.
proficient.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
hi to a horse.
helping each other. You need to be proficient so that he rolled twice, so the chance of him rolling 1 again is less.
Well, I have 6 in it, so that like should I just roll?
It's still
again?
a natural 1.
Yeah.
I look over to him and say, "What are you doing, man?"
The horse is a bit angry. Whatever.
Treat it calmly.
I know how to treat a horse.
It doesn't
You
look
mind
like
your
it.
boats. I'll mind this.
You don't treat
seems
it like you treat a whore, man. Let it smell you.
I headbutt Phil. Oh no.
So while you guys are discussing the horses, one of the guys who seemed to be in charge of the loading of the cart basically approaches you and just gives you like a quick rundown of if you want the horse to go forward, you smack it with the reins, etc.
All right.
Introduction to cart wielding.
I help the people, load up the cart. Make it faster. Speed up the process, I mean.
Yep, you guys start making your way out of Storm's End.